Hey guys, it is Spooky Noodles, and I thought I'd do a tag today. I haven't done a tag in like forever, it feels like. So I thought I'd do one today. So yeah, let's get into this tag. And the tag is called the recycling tag. And I don't know who started it, but Paul's Reads Reviews and Writes did a video. Go check out his channel if you aren't already subscribed to him. But yeah, he did this, and I thought I'd give it a try, you know? I haven't written anything down, so everything I'm about to do is just off my head. So, let's go with number one, the first question. Number one, Going Green. Name a book with green on the cover or in the title. Now, I'm gonna do 3 books, because I have way too many books with green on the cover. Green's my favorite cover, and when I see green on the cover, I go get the cover. So, it's as easy as that. Okay, back guys. So, we didn't even get to the first question, and the first question is this. Going Green, name a book with green on the cover or on the title. And I'm going to go with... So I gotta click back on the video so I can see myself, so I can don't... With a few books here, all by Robert W. Walker. The first one's Brainwash. As you can see, there is green in the title, and down here, one man's twisted genius invades his victims' brains, luring them into madness and to death. Awesome skeleton typing on the old-fashioned computer. Then we're gonna go with another Robert W. Walker book, Disembodied. That is a pretty cover. I could not get this book. It's by St. Martin's Press. The other one was Leisure. Just look at that. The guy in the cloak there kind of looks like Darth Vader in a sense, but it's not. Then you got this guy getting his gut. Sorry for it's a little, the position I'm in, guys. There's like dust floating everywhere, and it's all fuzzy, so I apologize, but this Robert W. Walker's Disembodied. Green in the cover. Now this one's a stretch, but the field in the background and the water are kind of green. But I just want to display my copy of Aftershock. It's a beautiful copy. I love this book. I can't wait to read it. I already love it and I can't wait to read it. I just heard a review about what it's about. And it's a creature feature, plus you feel bad for the creature at the same time. So it's really cool. I can't wait to read it. So those are my first answer for my first question. What is the next question, you may ask? Well, I mean, I don't know. Let's figure it out. 2. Reduce. A thin or small book you own. Now, again, I'm going to go with 3 books here. They're all super thin. I did not pull out the one I really should have put out, which is my autographed copy of In the Scrape by James Newman and Mark Steensland. It's autographed, which is basically awesome. But I pulled out these books because I haven't showcased these books yet. And the first one, we have it ends at 139 pages, and that's Hellhound by Ken Greenhall. And it's about a dog who basically goes on a rampage. I can't wait to read it. I haven't read it yet, so. Alright, next we have The Fly and Other Horror Stories. The Fly is one of my favorite short stories of all time, if you don't know that. This book clocks in at 104 pages. Plus there's a glossary at the end, so... but yeah, that's a thin one too. And this one is this... Isn't this short? I haven't done this in order of any kind. The pages here are very worn, so this probably could have been an answer for another. What's that noise? Oh, my other video. Whoopsie. Sorry, guys. Anyways, this book comes out at 119 pages, and that's Blue Mirror, or The Blue Mirror, by Kathy Koja. I cannot wait to get into it. And I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. The next one is 3. Reuse a book you have that's well worn. I messed up that sentence so bad. Reuse, a book you have that's well worn. I'm gonna go with this book, Traveling Vampire Show. As you can see, it's off kilter. You know, I don't know why that is. There's something wrong with the spine, I suppose. It is a library copy, so, but I'm very happy to have it because, well, bam, it's signed by Richard Lehman himself. And if you know anything about me, you know Traveling Vampire Show is one of my favorite books. It's definitely well worn. I mean, the spine is off kilter. I'm trying to hold it up so it's not off kilter. But great book. I would probably read this copy actually, which I don't actually want to do with some of my books that are signed. But yeah, that is a well worn book for sure, guys. All right, next we have Recycle, a book you have reread or most handled. Now, there's only one book I have reread. For most handled book, I would have gone with Fear, Traveling Vampire Show, or the one I'm reading right now, Bad Brains. But Bad Brains by Kat Koja, Traveling Vampire Show by Richard Lehman, and Fear by Ron Kelly. Forgot to say the authors, but this is a book that I've reread twice, and I'm going to have a reread of it soon. And that is Carrie. This is a well-worn book as well. I found this book in my in this house when it was the only book that really survived. Every other book was destroyed by water damage, but this one somehow survived. And it turns out it's one of my favorite Stephen King reads. I really, really enjoyed this book a lot. I can't remember a lick that happens other than Carrie has that prom night, pig's blood drops on her head, and she goes crazy. That's all I remember, though. So definitely due for a reread soon. I never thought I'd reread a book, but when I thought about it, I'm like, I reread Carrie twice, and I'm gonna do it a third time. So there's also another story or book, but I don't own the book anymore. I don't know where the copy went. And what was I saying? Sorry, noise downstairs. The other book that I've reread twice is a Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. Book makes me tear up every time I think about it. It's about this boy and his family, his mom, I should say, who's dying of cancer. I connect with it so much because I was dying of cancer, and just saying goodbye to your mom is just a sad thing, and it was hard. It hit home pretty hard for me, so I reread that book twice, reread this one twice. And next we have the final question, which is don't throw away. This is number 5. What is your oldest book you refuse to part with? Now, I don't know what my oldest book is, to be honest with you. Because so many of these books are used, and I don't know how old some of these are. I think the oldest book I actually own is from 1969, and I think that's a William Dobson book. I could be wrong. It could be somewhere in the 70s, but it most likely is somewhere in the 70s. But from my knowledge, that's the oldest book I own. I have Mary Shelley, Frankenstein, but I don't have like the books I own didn't come out when she wrote it. So but what was the question again? Or refuse to part with. So this is a book I refuse to part with because I don't know if it's rare or not. I have no idea if it's rare. I know the hard copy of this is pretty rare, but I don't know if this book itself is rare. It's a little dusty, so let me de-dust it. But that's the Bachman books. 4 early novels by Stephen King. You got Rage, which is an out-of-print book. The Long Walk, which I hear is amazing. Roadwork, and The Running Man, which I hear is amazing. This is a book that I've thought about selling once, but people didn't like the condition it was in, so I decided to keep it. And I'm not mad that it didn't sell, but at the same time, I haven't even read Rage yet. Rage is a book that I really want to read because it's the book that Stephen King wanted taken off, taken out of stores. Because of all that controversy with that first school shooting a long time ago. Not first school shooting, because there's been trouble at schools. There was a bombing in Bathhouse, Michigan, which a guy, I think the principal of the school, he loaded the school with dynamite and ignited it and killed a bunch of kids inside. I think he killed over 50 people. And they arrested him at his house on trying to run away from the scene or something. But that was like early 20s, 1920s. So I said 20s, but we're in the 20s now. I mean 1920s. But yeah, and we're in 2020 now. That's crazy. But my tortoise is trying to get at me right now. That's so cute. I've never seen him do this before. Alright, he's finally turning around. Okay, sorry guys, I had to experience that real quick. But what was I saying? Rage is a book that definitely I want to read. I probably will enjoy it a lot. I know a lot about school shootings. I studied them, and I feel bad for Stephen King for wanting to take this off the shelves. I don't think any work of literature should be tossed away in any way, even if it's a bad book. It serves a purpose. Every book serves a purpose, and yeah, Rage is one of those books I really want to read. I understand it's very controversial read. The whole school shooting thing stinks. I don't remember which school shooting because this came out in like the 70s, and everyone keeps saying it's Columbine, but Columbine came out happened in the 90s, and he was having them pull them off shelves like in the 80s. So yeah, let's see here. Between 1977 and 1984, I published 5 novels under the pseudonym Richard Lehman, or Richard Bachman. These were Rage, Long Walk, Road Work, and Running Man, and Thinner. There were 2 reasons I was finally linked with Bachman. First, because of the first 4 books, all paperback originals, were dedicated to people associated with my life. And second, because my name appeared on the copyright forms of one book. Now people are asking me why I did it, and I don't seem to have. This doesn't talk about anything I was trying to. Rage came out in 1977, which means that it was well before Columbine. He was having them pull them off the shelves when they were being sold, so you would have to say that's between 77 and 1980. So there was a shooting a long time ago I know of, where this kid took a gun to school and shot 2 people and killed 1, I think. And he said that it was because he did it because of, he said he did it because of Stephen King's book, but that's totally, he just was inspired by the book. And it sucks that it happened, but people can be inspired by plenty of things to do stuff. I mean, the person who shot, was it John Lennon? Didn't he get some kind of he was delusional, and he got this he got his reasoning for shooting John Lennon because he saw this girl on a movie that he liked, and she ended up dating John Lennon or something like that. I don't remember. It's well before my time. So I don't even know why we're talking about this, but yeah, this tag got really dark real quick. That's supposed to be about good things, recycling, which I do. I recycle cans and bottles, and and we recycle things that can't be recycled at the recycle, like grocery stores. We will recycle them, and we have a recycle bin. Michigan has a recycling truck that goes around. So, but this is a book that I just can't part with, whether it's me not being able to sell it or whatnot. But this book is supposedly rare. I don't know how rare. I can't wait to read Rage. I might actually bump Rage up a little bit. But I'm just surprised that it even, that Stephen King pulled his work off the shelf, because a lot of people in literary or literature or whatever believe in cancel culture, and they're trying to stop it. Their school's always trying to stop books from being read by students. But I believe everything serves a purpose, and at least books. And with books, every book serves a purpose, and yeah. We shouldn't be throwing them away or hiding them. They exist, and the fact that Stephen King wants to forget about Rage is kind of crazy, because I hear it's a good story, and it's crazy to think that because a kid stored Rage in his locker and shot a kid, that it was pulled down. It sucks. And I hate that Stephen King is not self-conscious about Rage, but what's the word? He has a certain feeling towards it, and I honestly don't understand sometimes. Maybe it's my lack of empathy, I don't know. But they say that was a joke, by the way. They say autistic people have a lack of empathy, and I'm slightly autistic, so that was a joke, guys. I'm sorry if that didn't come off as a joke. But yeah, this was a recycling tag. I wasn't tagged by anybody, but I saw Paul reads reviews and writes. I think that's what it was. I saw him do this video, and I was like, I really want to do this video, so I'm doing this video. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you have a spooky night. My tortoise is moving around his cage like crazy. He's just doing laps. He's having a great time. I gotta get him some water soon, because it looks like he's out. Yes, he's out. So I'm gonna have to get him some water. I'm still reading Bad Brains. Bad Brains, I'm on page 160, and it's going amazing. It's going well, I should say. I love it. He just met a friend, or not a friend, but a guy named Russell, and his dad was epileptic, so he totally relates with the main character. So that's really cool. I can't wait, because our main character is kind of like a shut-in, a very big loner, and he doesn't let people in. So it's cool seeing him open up a little bit, because the whole time you're screaming, just tell someone, and finally he's telling someone. And I totally get that, because when I'm seriously ill, I don't really like to talk about it, but when I have like a cut or something, I'm like, oh my god, boo boo, but like I don't know. I get embarrassed telling people I have cancer. I had cancer. I forgot. I was saying goodbye, wasn't I? Can't even remember what I was talking about, honestly. Mid-sentence, lost it. I hope you guys have a good day, spooky night. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.